Okay, we're going to do matching on this part. Okay, what I want you to write at the top of your paper is this. Write down P, arrow Q, then switch it, Q, arrow P, negative P, arrow negative Q, and negative Q, negative P. Then you're going to write down C, C, I, C. This right here is your conditional. Make sure you do this on your test. This is the converse. This is the inverse. And this is the contrapositive. It's the longest one, right? Then over here, write down this. Write down syllogism. You need to remember this. Syllogism is P, then Q, and you know Q, then R. You could go from P to R, can't you? That's syllogism. The law of detachment if P, then Q, and you're given P, then Q is true. Try to write these on your test. It'll help you out. Now then, I'm going to read these and match them up. A logical statement that includes a condition, hypothesis, and a conclusion. That's your conditional statement in it. A hypothesis and a conclusion. So number one is going to be A. Number two, formed by switching the hypothesis and conclusion of a conditional statement. So you switch it, don't you? So number five, a converse would be B. Letter C, writing the negative of a statement. Writing the negative of a statement, that's negation, C. If P then Q then R, then P then R. That's this in it. P then Q, Q then R, then P then R. That's syllogism in it. So number 12 is going to be D. Proves a statement false by preserving the hypothesis but contradicting the conclusion. By preserving the hypothesis but contradicting the conclusion. That's a counterexample, E. So it means that the hypothesis is true but the conclusion is false. The second part of a conditional statement. This is the hypothesis, that's the conclusion in it. The second part of a conditional statement is a conclusion, which is 4. A conditional statement with an if and a then. A conditional statement with an if and a then. G is going to be if-then form. If P then Q is true and P is true, then Q is true. That's detachment in it. So number 11 is H. You have got to know this for your test. This is huge. Okay, letter I. The first part of a conditional statement is your hypothesis in it, which is number 3. You've got to know what these words mean. Formed by combining a true conditional and its true converse. Letter J would be a biconditional. Involves negating the hypothesis and the conclusion, so we're going to negate them, and switching the order of the conditional. So we switch them and negate them, that's a contrapositive in it. So number 8 would be K, and I already had it there, I forgot, messed up. Created by creating the negative, negating the hypothesis and conclusion of a conditional, that's your inverse in it. That's going to be I. Very important you have these memorized. Very important. Make sure you write this down on top of your test somewhere.